And this right here has completely changed my Indian home cooking.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Damn Tasty Vegan. Today, I'm on a little adventure and I'm gonna take you with me. I am so in love with Indian cuisine. I can't even express to you how much I love this cuisine. I know Indian cuisine can seem a little intimidating for people kind of just coming to it because it requires so many different spices. But what makes it easier is if you have these spices ready to go and on hand. And I'm gonna show you the spices that I like to stock up on, to have on hand, to make it easier to make authentic, homemade Indian food. Fuck yeah. So if you've made Indian food before and it never turns out like the restaurants, it's probably because you followed some bunk-ass recipe that just using generic curry powder constitutes Indian food and constitutes a curry. It's not gonna come anywhere near. A tip that I have for you is to, before you say that you don't have an Indian grocery store near you, check it first. Like, check Yelp first. Don't just assume that you don't, because I used to live in the country and I thought there was nothing near me, and lo and behold, I found 2 Indian grocery stores near me when I lived there that I never knew were there had I not looked for it. If you don't, that's perfectly fine and dandy. You can always order spices online. I'll link some places where you can get spices below. When you start to make a lot of Indian recipes, you start to notice that they call for a lot of the same spices. It's just a matter of cooking it enough times and experimenting in the kitchen and not being afraid of trying recipes. All right, let's head on in. Okay, that was so fun. I geek out so much. All right, so I'm gonna head home and I'm going to show you everything that I got. Kind of got a lot of stuff because I got really excited because there's some things here that I haven't been able to find for a while. So I will show you what I got. So I'm gonna head home right now.
So I'm going to show you some good ones to have on hand to start your Indian spice collection, to make it a lot easier to cook delicious Indian food at home. And the first one is turmeric powder. This is really easy to find in grocery stores. I just like to buy it at the Indian grocery store because you can get a ton of it for a really good price. So turmeric powder is used in pretty much every Indian dish, I'd say. Super antioxidant, super anti-inflammatory, amazing for you. And then cumin powder. You can find this in grocery stores as well. Coriander powder. This is the seeds from a cilantro plant. You will find this being used pretty often as well. You can usually find this in the grocery store. I wanted to just stock up on garlic powder in general. I usually use fresh garlic for Indian dishes, but yeah, it's just nice to have on hand. So these are our ground spices. Over here we have our ready-made spice blends. So there's a difference between using just a generic curry powder that you'll find at like an everyday grocery store and these curry blends. So you'll find these specific to the dish you want to make. This is a really easy way to get started cooking Indian food, is just using these pre-made mixes. This is a red lentil curry spice. This is a black lentil curry spice. This is for a chickpea curry. And this is for a red kidney bean curry. And down here, I just have some chili powder for spiciness. If you want to save time and not have to chop up garlic and ginger, then get yourself some garlic ginger paste. I see a lot of Indian recipes that call just for the paste. Makes it really easy. What makes Indian food so beautiful and amazing is that there's different times that you put different things in. And at the very beginning, you usually toast your whole seeds and spices. I make a lot of channa masalas, and this one recipe that I love using uses cinnamon sticks in the beginning to just roast the cinnamon sticks along with some whole cumin seeds. These are really important to have on hand. You'll see a lot of Indian recipes that call for toasting cumin seeds in the beginning. Mustard seeds, you'll also see a lot of recipes where you toast whole mustard seeds in the beginning. Green cardamom, so important to have on hand. I like to use Indian bay leaves because they have a different flavor. You could just use, the bay leaves that you find at a grocery store as well. The essentials that I would say to have on hand to start with: turmeric powder, cumin powder, coriander powder, cumin seeds, bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, mustard seed, and green cardamom. Those are my favorites to have on hand. If you want to not be overwhelmed by it all and you just want to get started, then get yourself some pre-made mixes. Find out what type of dish you want to make. I recommend a channa masala, or get a dal makhani. mix. And this right here has completely changed my Indian home cooking. So as you can see, there's a lot of different spices and things going on in Indian cooking. You are gonna have a lot of different things out on the counter unless you have one of these things. This is called a masala daba. Basically means it's a spice box. And what you wanna do is fill this up with the spices that you use the most often. Some of them come with lids, so then you can put labels on top, but this doesn't come with lids. Instead, this right here is cumin, as you can see, because sometimes it gets a little confusing knowing what is which, because a lot of them are like brown. So in here I have my spices for this chana masala curry I like to use, and these are the spices that I find that I use most often. So we've got good old turmeric here, coriander. This is the chana masala spice blend. I like to put that in there. Cumin, chili powder, garam masala, cumin whole seeds in there. I want to get another masala daba to hold all of my whole spices, but for now I just have them on the underside. So here's my green cardamom pods, my cinnamon sticks. I got my bay leaves over here. You don't have to have 8 different boxes of spices out on the counter. It makes it so easy and accessible. These are available at Indian grocery stores, or you can find them online. Here's all of the beans and lentils and legumes that I love to make curries out of. First one is chana dal. I think it's called yellow split peas. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what they are. Then we have the lovely, lovely red lentils. I make so many red lentil curries. So good for you. All of these are so high in protein, folate, nutrients, minerals, vitamins. A bulk bag of dried chickpeas. I love having a pressure cooker on hand to make these. I make chana masala a shit ton, so this is an essential to have in my house. And then we got some red kidney beans. I love making red kidney bean curry. And then I found some organic brown basmati rice for a good price. Gotta make it to booty. Use a good little rice, yeah. And then these are what's called black lentils. Makes a really creamy, delicious, delicious curry. This is what this spice blend is for. It's called dal makhani. I think that's how you pronounce it. So spice blend for black lentils, urad whole. See that? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary friends, you will pretty much always top a dish with cilantro. It's imperative to always have some cilantro on hand. But here's a little tip. If you find that your cilantro always goes bad, you just rinse it off, chop it up, and then you just put it in a little container and you freeze that bad boy. And then you always have cilantro on hand. Let me show you. Here's my frozen cilantro. I learned this little trick from the beautiful Tan France. I'll link his recipe below for red lentil curry. It blows my mind. So there you have it. Those are some spices to get you started with your home Indian cooking. And if you want to learn how to cook delicious Indian recipes, I'll link some of my favorite recipes that I follow below. Learning how to cook Indian food takes a little bit of time to get used to all the different steps it takes, but it is so worth it, and it's actually really calming and relaxing. Just put on some nice music and your house just fills up with these incredible smells. I hope that this video helps you fall in love with Indian cooking as much as I love it. I hope you all stay safe, healthy, and happy, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.